The world is aging, rapidly, and this isn't just a problem, it's a global crisis unfolding beneath the surface. By 2050, there will be over 2 billion people over the age of 60. That means fewer workers, more retirees, collapsing pension systems, and skyrocketing healthcare costs. Countries like Japan, Italy, Germany, and even the United States are running out of young labor to sustain their economies. This isn't a problem for the future, it's happening right now. In this video, we'll break down why an aging population is reshaping our world, and why no nation is truly prepared for what's coming. The aging population crisis is no longer a distant threat. It's quietly reshaping the world as we speak. In Japan, nearly 30% of the population is over the age of 65, making it the most aged nation on Earth. Entire towns are turning into retirement communities. Robots are replacing human caregivers. And for the first time, adult diapers are outselling baby diapers. With plummeting birth rates and strict immigration policies, Japan paints a sobering picture of what happens when a nation runs out of young people. Across Europe, things are not looking much better. Countries like Italy, Germany, and Spain are experiencing a demographic shift that's happening faster than they can adapt. In Italy, the elderly now outnumber children. Germany faces a shrinking workforce despite embracing new technologies and expanding immigration policies. These nations are being forced to confront uncomfortable questions. Who will pay for pensions? Who will care for millions of elderly citizens? Who will keep the economy running? And then there's the United States, where aging is occurring more gradually, but inevitably. By 2060, nearly 1 in 4 Americans will be over 65. That's more than 94 million seniors. The social security and healthcare systems will be under immense pressure. Labor shortages may become more common. And to make matters worse, the birth rate is at an all-time low. Even America's future is starting to look uncertain. Across the globe, nations are aging, and fast. What we're facing is not just a shift in numbers, but a fundamental transformation in how we live, work, and exist as a society. So, why is the world aging so fast? The answer lies in a mix of science, society, and economics. First off, people are living longer than ever. Thanks to modern medicine, cleaner environments, and better healthcare, living into your 80s or even 90s has become totally normal. Sounds like good news, right? It is, but it also means the number of older adults keeps rising, while there simply aren't enough young people to replace them. At the same time, birth rates are dropping fast, especially in developed countries. And if you're watching this and thinking, yeah, raising a kid is insanely expensive these days, you're not alone. From housing to daycare to education, starting a family now takes a massive financial commitment. For a lot of young couples, the math just doesn't add up. On top of that, more women today are prioritizing education and careers, and rightfully so. But that also means getting married later, having fewer kids, or even choosing not to have children at all. And let's be honest, in today's world, there are people who'd rather raise a dog than deal with the cost of raising a child. Put it all together, longer lifespans, lower birth rates, shifting social roles, and economic pressure, and the result is clear: a world that's aging faster than ever before. An aging population isn't just a shift in demographics. It's a fundamental transformation of the very foundation of human society. Economically, it's a slow-burning crisis. With fewer young people entering the workforce, industries face severe labor shortages, productivity drops, and GDP growth stalls. The tax base shrinks while the number of retirees grows, forcing governments to spend more on pensions and healthcare, and less on education, infrastructure, or innovation. It's like trying to drive a country forward with the brakes on. Socially, the pressure is mounting. Healthcare systems are overwhelmed. Pension funds are running dry. Families are being stretched thin, as younger generations find themselves supporting both their own children and their aging parents. The financial and emotional burden keeps getting heavier. In the military, many countries are facing a serious shortage of young, eligible recruits. With fewer young adults, even maintaining basic defense forces becomes a challenge. This isn't just a workforce issue. it's a national security risk. And perhaps most troubling of all is the slowdown in innovation. Throughout history, it's been young people who have driven progress, founding startups, inventing new technologies, taking bold risks. But as societies age, risk-taking gives way to caution. There are fewer breakthroughs, fewer game-changing ideas. The result? A world that's not just older, but weaker, economically, socially, militarily, and in its creative future. So, what is the world doing to tackle the challenge of an aging population? One of the most prominent approaches is automation. In some Asian countries like Japan, robots and artificial intelligence are already stepping in to replace humans in healthcare, service, and logistics, sectors that are facing severe shortages of young workers. This is no longer science fiction. It's happening right now, every single day. At the same time, immigration is seen as a practical short and medium-term solution. The United States and many European countries are actively attracting young workers from developing nations to maintain their labor force, especially in healthcare and public services. Still, this approach comes with challenges in culture, politics, and social integration. Some governments are also strengthening pro-birth policies, from cash subsidies and tax exemptions to extended maternity leave, all aim to make parenthood more financially manageable. However, the effectiveness of these measures remains debated, as economic pressures and modern lifestyles continue to push many to delay or even forego having children. Finally, raising the retirement age has become an inevitable trend, but also one of the most contentious. As people live longer, many countries are adjusting the retirement age to ease the strain on social security systems. Yet this also means millions will have to work longer, and not everyone may have the health, opportunities, or motivation to continue. There's no easy path forward, but one thing is clear. If nations don't adapt, the aging population crisis won't just impact the economy, it could shake the very foundations of society for decades to come. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to explore more exciting videos. Thank you for watching.